Today, we're talking about arithmetic series. And what I want you to notice or think about while we're talking is what's the difference between a sequence and a series, and how do you calculate partial sums, and what is summation notation? So there's a story, and you can read it, and you can look into your notes, but that's where it comes from. And that's what the answer you got. And here's some information to you, and you can kind of look at it to see what happened. But what is going on is here, we're going to use the same technique to find the sum of 5, 10, 15, all the way up to 50. So what I'm doing is he worked backwards. So he added backwards the 50, and the next one, because it's going up by 5, would be 45, 40, all the way up to 5. And when you add those up together, you get 55, 55, 55, 55, all the way, right? And if you consider, you got two sequences of 55, two sequences, and there are 10 terms because you had to figure it out, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. There's 10 terms, and they all total up to be 55. You get the answer of 550. So these examples represent finite series, and a finite series is a sum of a finite sequence, meaning that it stops. It stops altogether. So if I look at it, you got 2, 11, 20, 29, 38, 47. If you added these together, okay, the numbers backwards, they would total to equal 147. Added these to the bottom, just like what we've been doing, and have 6 numbers. They add together. 47 plus 2 is 49. 38 plus 11 is 49, and so on. So I have 6 of those at 49, but I divide by 2 because I have 2 groupings, 2 sequences or series, and I get 147 as my total. So if I added 2, 11, 20, 29, 38, 47 together, I'd get 147. And of course you can add these together, but the problem is you don't want to do it if it's a lot of numbers. Okay, so you want to come up with a quicker way to do it. And my question is, do you see the formula yet? Well, if you look in that little reference sheet that I gave at the beginning of the year, you have arithmetic series. And we call it S of n, which is just the sum of all the n's, where n divided by 2 times the first term plus the last term that you're looking at. Okay, that's the formula that you use, and all you have to do is substitute it in. Over here to the side, they tell you what that information means. All right, so the sum of the finite series, as we said, it was this. If a college student borrowed $5,000 in loans, after graduation, the loan was repaid over a 100-month period with monthly payments as follows. All right, you can read this. How much did the student pay over the lifetime of the loan? All right, so we're going to look at this formula. All right, N is the number of periods that you have, and this one would be 100 months. All right. A1 is your first term, and AN is your last term, but you got to know what N is. Okay, so we look at this and we do 100 divided by 2, which gives you 50. And you're multiplying that to your 75 plus your 5520. So you want to add that 75 and 5520 together first, and then multiply by the 50. And you get the answer of 6,510. So that's how much the student paid over the lifetime of the loan.